to take derivatives?
I would say so. According to the test, no.
Implicit differentiation. Implicit versus we've been doing explicit. All it means is my y is now in the problem. It is not by itself. All right? So, for an example, let's do a simple one to start with. If I have xy equals 8 at the point 8, 1. I want to find, what does this mean when I write this? What does this mean? Derivative of y, right? Basically what I'm finding, I don't usually write dy over dx. What I say is I'm finding y prime. You all okay with that?
Yeah.
Now, so every time I take the derivative of y, instead of writing y, I put y prime. All right?
Yep.
So, what is the derivative of this? Is that xy a product?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes.
So what's the product rule?
Okay.
The first times the derivative of the second plus the second. What's the derivative of x?
0.
Wait a minute. You don't know what the derivative of x is. I thought we've said all along the derivative of a variable is 1. Haven't we?
No, that's never been said.
The derivative of a what?
It's never been said?
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Okay. Stop this for just a minute. If I give you this problem, is y prime equal to 1?
Yes.
Why?
Because
The
x.
derivative of a variable is 1.
The derivative of x is 1.
How do you know y is not a variable? It's a variable. Why isn't it 1? Because you're finding y prime.
Because I'm finding y prime. So, is the derivative of this x 1?
Yeah.
What does this equal? What's the derivative of 8?
0.
0.
Okay. So x y prime equals negative y.
What am I trying to find?
Y prime.
Y prime. Do I know x and y?
Yes.
Wait.
So 8y prime plus 1 equals 0.
1 8.
Do you agree?
Negative.
So negative.
So y prime equals negative 1 8.
Yes. That makes sense.
Does that make sense to you?
Wait, so you just did product rule, right?
I just did product rule because it was x times y.
Wait, okay, so what happens to the x in the xy prime? What happens to the x? It starts at 28?
The derivative of x is 1.
Right.
Oh, here?
Yeah, right.
Is it x8?
Oh.
Wait.
That makes sense.
Aren't we given x is 8? All I did was use that. Let's go harder. Might as well. X plus y squared equals x squared plus y squared. But at the point 1 0. Okay? time. Y prime. Y prime, right? So what is the derivative of this? Right?
Yeah. And then the derivative of the inside too.
What's the derivative of the inside?
1 plus y.
Prime?
Y is not 1 plus O.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
What is this equal to?
1. Oh, yeah. 2x plus
Y prime.
2y prime. 2y.
What's the derivative of y squared? 2y.
Yeah.
And then every time I take the derivative of y, I have to put a y prime.
Why isn't it just 2y prime?
Because what's the derivative of y squared? 2y. I can't just throw that y out.
So why do you have to put the y prime?
Did I take the derivative of y?
Yeah.
Every time I take the derivative of y, I have to put y prime.
So that's just a rule for
So
this.
why didn't, when we took the derivative of just y, why don't we just do y prime?
What?
Like this is 1 plus y prime.
What's the derivative of x?
1.
That's why I have a 1 there.
No, I'm not asking about that. Why isn't it y prime? Because we did 2 y's there, why aren't we doing 2 y's there?
What's the derivative of y? What's the derivative of y squared?
2y.
Y prime.
Y prime.
Y prime.
Y prime.
It's so funny. Are you guys with me?
Yes. Yeah.
I think so.
I mean,
So now can I plug in what I know?
Yeah.
Do I have 2 times 1 times 1 plus y prime equals 2?
What is this?
Okay, Ms. Poplin, why is it 2 times 1 rather than if x is 1 and y is, oh, because, never mind. Let's look into here. Never mind.
Equals 2.
Is that right?
yes. 2 divided by 2.
So 1 plus y prime equals 1.
Y prime equals 0.
That's what we got for Y.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. That means at the point 1, 0, the slope of the tangent line is 0.
So it's going, okay.
Because they mean different things, don't they? We can tighten it. That's how you keep it on.
Where did you get the, like, what steps did you get 1 plus Y prime equals 1?
What?
What steps did you take when you used the lines together?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Bless you.
Are we okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
I am great. But I know how to do this.
How many years have you been doing this, would you say?
Doing what?
Just AP calculus.
I've only done AP Calculus 10 years.
Like, what about,
I did regular calculus for 15 before that.
Oh, wow. How different is regular calculus from AP calculus?
A lot.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Is it slower or is it?
Is what's a little regular?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What would regular calculus be on?
Next question.
Probably finish chapter 1 here.
Oh, wow.
Why did I listen?
Oh, my. Oh, my.
I am not given an X and a Y.
Okay.
All I want to do is find Y prime. All right?
Okay.
Is that a product?
Yes. Oh, no.
Product is the first, what's what's the derivative of that?
Negative sine.
Now wait a minute. Is that cosine y?
Negative sine
Yes.
Negative sine y,
Y prime.
y prime.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't take the derivative in the middle of the trig, do I? Plus the second, what's the derivative of the first?
4 cosine x 1.
Equals what?
5.
0.
The derivative of a number is 0.
So it's always going to equal 0.
Why,
Derivative of a number.
why are we finding the derivative of the other side?
Am I taking the derivative? I can't take the derivative of half.
You gotta do.
So if it was like 5x, we would put 5.
Yes. So, do I have, I'm going to put y prime over here and everything else over there. Okay? So I have negative 4 sine x sine y, y prime equals negative 4 cosine x cosine y. Is that right?
Yeah, I would agree. Totally agree with that.
You okay?
Yeah,
Okay, sweet.
I'm good.
So you put the 4 sine x into the parentheses,
Yeah.
like multiply it, and then you subtracted the cosines.
All I did, I've changed the order of this, and
that's
I
what-
moved this over there and check. I always put x and then y. That way I'm consistent. So, can I divide by this? So does y prime equal cosine x cosine y over
Sine x
sine x sine y?
4.
The 4's canceled, don't they?
Yeah. Or, and then multiply by. Oh no.
Isn't that tan x and y?
Cotangent.
Cotangent x, cotangent y.
That's awesome.
Wow.
I'd be happy whenever it's so clean a hand like that. Wow.
Okay,
That's good.
so when you're doing the derivative of y, it's just a rule, you just put y prime after you do whatever the derivative is.
Uh-huh. That's what we've been doing, it's just y's out front. So when we took y equals, didn't we put y prime? All we did was move it to the middle.
Is there a shortcut way of this?
This is the
I was
shortcut
gonna
way.
say, nice.
Yeah, we could do the limit as h approaches 0 every time.
That would be awesome.
We should be doing this for fun.
Do they make a program in your calculator that does derivatives?
Like math 8.
They make a calculator that does derivatives, but you can't use it on anything in here or on the test.
What the?
Oh, you can.
Is like, do engineers use it or something like that?
I'm giving you one of those.
All right.
Easy data.
This time, I want to find the second derivative. Second derivative. So, the first derivative. What's the derivative of 4? So all I want is the derivative of this, don't I? Is that right? Is it? Equals 1 plus y prime. Right? Okay. I want the y primes on the left numbers on the right. We all agree with that?
Yeah, I would.
I can factor out a y prime, and I have negative x minus 1 equals 1 plus y. Is that right? So y prime equals 1 plus y over negative x minus 1.
So now we do quotient.
So where did you get that y?
No, that would be double the second derivative.
Why did you get negative x minus y? We don't have the minus y.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I took the derivative of this.
Oh, okay.
And the reason we don't turn that x into
Alright,
a 1 is
good.
just because it's being multiplied with y. Is that
Put
right?
x into a 1.
Then the thing you just underlined. Oh, so that turns
I
into
did
neg-
when but I did the product rule.
She did.
When I took the derivative of x, I did make it a 1.
How did you change that from to negative x minus y?
What?
How did you change that? Oh, okay, you factored out y prime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, second derivative.
Okay. Quotient. Baby, the bottom.
Wait a minute.
So is the derivative of y prime or just y prime?
Y prime.
Y prime. So y double prime, right,
Uh-huh.
is equal to the bottom. What's the derivative of the top?
Y prime.
Y prime, yeah.
Minus the top. What's the derivative of the bottom?
Negative 1.
All over the bottom squared, right? You like that?
Yeah.
So, I have negative x minus 1 y prime plus 1
Minus y.
Plus y.
Oh, yeah,
plus y over negative x minus 1 squared. Correct?
You are very correct.
This is y double prime.
Which is
But-
14.
Don't I know what y prime is?
Yeah, with y prime is that thing there.
Oh my gosh.
Y prime is this.
Oh my gosh. This is awesome.
So I have negative x minus 1. What was y prime?
So intricate.
Y over
One plus y over negative x
You're gonna need to put another parenthesis.
minus 1.
So I'll just cancel it out.
Minus, oh no,
Plus 1 plus y.
plus 1 plus y,
Then we know what y equals to?
no,
No.
over negative x minus 1 squared, right? So does this cancel?
Yeah.
And I have 2 plus 2y over negative x minus 1 squared.
That's awesome.